Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, Shalom. So basically, I'm just going to get into a quick lesson touching on this recent, news or article, okay, over the weekend. Okay, as you can see off of routers, okay, connection.com, okay, dealing with the, which we, known to, when it comes to us being spiritual, okay, which, when it comes to being spiritual, okay, we understand that when it comes to this article, that it was an omen, okay, or a sign when it comes to the downfall of this place, okay, which is prophesied in the scriptures, okay, when it comes to America, known as Babylon the Great, okay, looming this downfall and destruction, okay. As we know, at this current time, okay, when it comes to the biblical Edomites, okay, here in America, okay, mainly the elites that control America and the less luminary ones that do their bidding when it comes to their government official, okay, that's ruling, that's about to head to their downfall, okay. And we also know that this place, America, is our captivity when it comes to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, and those eventually that descend out of that bloodline, but mainly how this place, America, was built off the enslavement and the bloodshed of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, in this case, when it comes to this article, Mount Rushmore, okay, like I say, man, as an omen, as you can see the picture, okay, which, which I'll read the title. It says, as several storms pass through July the 3rd, 2026, in Keystone, South Dakota, rain covers Mount Rushmore, carved president faces. Okay, and like I said, the reason why, we saying that this was an omen, okay, or a sign, okay, as you can see, the heads of Mount Rushmore, okay, Edomite presidents, starting with mainly, George Washington, okay, as the storm came through, okay, and the water covered their faces, okay, brothers, take it as that, making it seem like the presidents or the founding forefathers are crying, okay, or like blood, okay, coming down upon them, okay, due to that storm, okay. And when it came to July the 4th, which representing America 250th year anniversary, okay, like I said, over the weekend, it was more a disappointment, okay, at this, places heading for his downfall, okay, as, certain scholars says, when it comes to certain great empires, okay, the peak of the empire, okay, or the end of the empire, when it comes to a 250-year reign. And we coming to that point as we can see that here in America, okay. And like I say, there's certain of these events, okay, due to the weather, got canceled or got postponed, okay, people ain't showing up to, events during the time of 4th of July, okay, ain't nobody attending Donald Trump speeches or ceremonies like that, okay, he got a, a low view on that, okay, and we already see how, this place America is headed for more and more division, okay, leading to civil unrest, okay, soon to be, clash wars, race wars, okay, uproars of the people, okay, a looming financial crash as this economy is getting worse and worse, okay. And like I've been going into when it comes to the situation with Mount Rushmore, okay, Mount Rushmore, before they called the faces in it, okay, was always been known, okay, during that time, before the Mount Rushmore was scarce land, okay, when it came to the Native Americans, which are the so-called Native Americans, which are the the tribe of Gad, okay, that Esau, Edom, took over, okay, eventually, the Native Americans, okay, and stole that land, okay, a certain massacre that took place, okay, for them to get, the location of the Mount Rushmore, what they call it today, okay, and so more and more, that shameful spewing, okay, and now you got Trump talking about some trying to more and more get rid of the shameful spewing, okay, the heinous history, okay, of the so-called white race or Edomites, okay, when it comes to the bloodshed of the Native Americans or Negroes, okay, or when it comes to slavery, okay, they're trying to get rid of that history now, okay, but the damage already had been done, and on top of that, Yahweh Shem Yahushai set up the prophets when it comes to the Israelites, okay, to reawake our people, okay, and also to prophesy the downfall of this place and the great judgment that's about to come to these Edomites, which their future is captivity, okay, after this place, eventually this place, America, gonna be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear missiles, man, okay, and also leading to the time of who the world called Christ, Yahweh Shai, the so-called black man, okay, the so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, returning by the way of the chariots, what the world called UFOs, okay, the vehicles of the angels, okay, that's going to bring destruction to this place, America, that's going to lead to the downfall of Esau, Edom, and these heathens, and at this time, 2/3 of our people, okay, because the Lord only concern is about the elect at this time, the 144,000, and the 1/3 is destined to be saved, okay, but like I say, prior to that, all hell is going to break loose in this place, man, and we're approaching the time of Esau, Edom, judgment, okay, and the transition of power, man. So let me read this, and it says, as several storms passed through July the 3rd, 2026 in Keystone, South Dakota, rain covers Mount Rushmore, carved President faces ahead of the national 250th year anniversary celebration, where President Donald Trump is expected to speak later that night, okay? Then they say, reports they had to postpone it, okay, due to the storm, okay, the rainstorm, okay, and they say that it was hail, okay, stones coming down, okay, hey, so those are signs, man, okay, let me see what else, other websites going into it, okay, let me see something, so basically I got to sign up. Yeah, but the whole point, okay, once again, the omen, okay, a sign, okay, that you got these, the former forefathers, when it comes to their faces in Mount Rushmore being covered by water, to appear like they crying, or appear that blood coming down upon them, okay, yeah, because they're going to pay, okay, when it comes to all these Edomites, man, okay, which we know reincarnation is biblical, okay, when it comes to the Lord bringing judgment, okay, like I say, the future of these heathens, mainly Esau, Edom, is captivity. So let me go ahead and get into the scriptures, because I don't want to make this video too long. And I'm going to start off with Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. And it says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Okay, when it comes to Esau, Edom, okay, how this place was established off the bloodshed of the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, in the enslavement. And history don't prove that, okay? We in the information age, okay? But even in before the information age, when it comes to the internet, okay, we always had it in the public school systems, okay, when it comes to the American history or African American history, okay, the Atlantic slave trade, okay, the indigenous people, now they call here in the land, the Native Americans, okay, the Mexicans, the Seminole Indians, okay, how they was enslaved in the bloodshed, okay, when it comes to the Northern Kingdom, okay, the Indian Removal Act, okay, history like that, okay, that these devils are ashamed of now, okay, that he trying to erase, okay, but they ain't gonna get away, man. Not according to the scriptures, okay. But now we're at the time of Esau Edom trying to forge his NWO. Okay, you got Trump trying to bring back white supremacy, which we call it Edomite supremacy. Okay, make America great again and all that madness. Okay, now judgment is coming for them. Okay, let's get this. Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. Okay, and we know how this place was built. Okay, and still to this day, blood has defiled more and more. Okay, when it comes to the land. Okay, especially when it comes to you tribes, man. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Okay, yeah, so it's going into Esau Edom. Okay, at this time. Okay, so the Lord going to return the favor upon them. Okay, on Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. Okay, let's get this. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of the calamity, in the time of the iniquity, had an end. Okay, so still to this day. Okay, like I said, so we know the history about during the 1492. Okay, 1619. Okay, the enslavement and the bloodshed of the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans by the hands of Esau Edom. Okay, and still to this day, man. Okay, as they trying to cut us off as a nation. Okay, because Esau Edom, mainly Esau Edom and all these heathens are our enemies, man. Okay, dominantly, number one, Edom. Okay, Psalms, the 83rd chapter, going into that. Okay, and it says, therefore, as I live, say the Lord, power, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Okay, and it's going to Esau Edom. Okay, like I say, right along with the rest of these heathen nations. Okay, Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16 and 17. Okay, so we come to the end of the downfall, man. Okay, let me get this and I'll probably get ready to close. Like I said, I ain't going to make this video too long. Amos 1 and 11. Thus say the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. He kept his wrath forever. Okay, because they're the Edomites, man, and they're known as the wicked. Okay, Malachi 1 and 4. Okay, and history don't prove that. Okay, especially this American history alone. Okay, but they always had that perpetual hatred against us, man. Okay, and it's going to get more intensified in the up and coming times of Jacob's trouble. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Okay, as Esau Edom going to come with that sword. Okay, through his martial law troops, through his AI technology. Okay, biological warfare. Okay, and mainly it's going to come against you tribes, man. Okay, that they're aiming for. Okay, but the Lord going to be the covering for his elect. Okay, and eventually Yahweh Shai returning to deliver the elect and establish the kingdom of Israel, man. Okay, when it comes to our kingdom being established, Esau Edom and these heathens going to captivity. Okay, so that's their future. Okay, and those that perish on this side or in this lifetime, when they come to the Edomites, they come back in the kingdom being servants or slaves. Okay, through the Edomites and the heathen nations. Okay, that perish on the side, they're gonna gonna come back in the kingdom being servants. Okay, through the heathens that are reincarnated. Okay, through the being sons and daughters through their bloodline. When it comes to the heathen nation that be reserved, starting with the elites after the Third World War. Okay, and the 2/3 of our people, which they're gonna be judged, like I say, they're gonna come back in the kingdom, being sons and daughters of the elect. okay? You know, when our kingdom is established, okay? Which the land of Israel at this time is being occupied by heathens, okay? Mainly Esau, Edom, when it comes to Amalek, okay? But that land gonna be cleansed by the way of missiles and fire, just for us to inhabit our land again once Yahweh Shai established the kingdom, okay? By the true inheritors, okay? Israel, the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, starting with the elect, okay? But this place, America, once it's totally destroyed by missiles, it's never going to be inhabited again by nations. It's going to become a desert once the fire and smoke dies down. And only things that's going to inhabit this place is desert-like creatures, okay? And so we come into the time of Esau, Edom, on judgment. Matter of fact, let's get this and I'll close. Lamentation chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of us, okay, and chiefly here in America, okay, it's they, you know, they stronghold, okay, and it says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee, thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked, okay, that cup representing, once again, that shameful spewing, as we read in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16, okay, but that cup representing the curses that's going to be put upon us, okay, and the judgment of the Lord, okay, as they being exposed when it comes to their history and the agenda what they trying to do now, okay, by the way of the prophets. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away in captivity, okay, and how we know that? Because the Lord is raising up the tribes, man, by the way of the prophets, okay, mainly the elect, okay, and once Yahweh Shai return to deliver the elect, okay, that's it, because we're not going to go into captivity anymore, okay, and we're going to be righteous forevermore. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, okay, and that's what we're seeing now, with all the signs showing toward the downfall of this place and the downfall of Esau, Edom, okay, and the judgment that's approaching them. So I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here, and I pray that lesson will edify. Till next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.